Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. As you can tell by the title of the video, my Supreme Mauves palette finally came in. I ordered it through Sephora. It also released with the new Silky Lip Oil from Artist Couture. So I'm going to create 3 eye looks with this palette, try out this lip oil, do some swatches, and all that good stuff. I did order this as soon as it launched at Sephora and it just got to me. I definitely feel like I'm one of those unlucky people, must be where I live or I don't know what, but I always receive my packages later than everybody else. I feel like I have paid for express shipping and it just never gets to me when it says it does, even though I pay extra. So I honestly don't even bother. Why don't we go ahead and get into these eye looks and this review. So let me bring you on in closer. Right, here is what the palette looks like. It does have that sleek packaging and it is a magnetic closure. Here is what the palette itself looks like. I want to say this shimmer and this shimmer are a tiny bit loose because there was a little bit of like residue from those shades all over my palette. I did clean it up. My toddler was a little rough with it when it got here. She likes to throw my boxes even though there's makeup in there. This retails for $45 and it has a 12-month shelf life. It says in the packaging, bulk was made in the USA, but it was assembled in the Dominican Republic. I did pick up the oil as well, the Silky Lip Oil. This, I believe, is a brand new product for Artist Couture and it retails for $20. It is actually sold out at Sephora. It is a hydrating oil for visibly plumped lips. Now, I am not a big fan of like lip glosses, but I do keep a lip oil here on my vanity or my desk where I film. This is the Jaclyn one. It's almost gone. Sometimes my lips are so dry. I also have the Merit here, which I have used a tiny bit as well. So I'm excited just to see how this feels and if it smells yummy and all that other good stuff. All right, so let's get started on these 3 eye looks. I always show you guys swatches after I do the eye looks. And as you could tell, it is a pretty like neutral and mauve / purple toned type of palette. It's a very, very popular color story right now. So I guess spring 2022 is the mauve, rosy, purple tone vibes. I don't know what shade I'm starting with. Let's go in with Kinky. This one right here. Let's see if you can see it on my eyelid. This is a Refer 7 and I'm going to use this in the outer corner. Okay, it looks like you can't see it, which is nice. Now I have seen a couple of reviews and they're not that great. We'll see how this goes. I feel like you definitely need to play around with a palette, create a couple of eye looks before you really do give your final opinion on it. But that's one of the reasons why I enjoy doing 3 eye looks when I first try out a palette. This is actually blending decently. I am going to bring it on the lower lash line all the way through. All right, I do have a drink here with me. It's just a White Claw. It's a black cherry flavor. You see my cup, isn't it just so cute? His says Mr. Right. Our front neighbors got those for us. I thought they were cute. I did see some reviews, actually 1 or 2 reviews, where they said the mattes were patchy. I'm not having that issue with this specific shade, but let's see once we dip into some other shades. I think I'm going to do all mattes and then like a sparkle in the corners. The next shade we're dipping into is Royale. This is a Refer 01, and I'm going to put this in the outer corner and the outer crease as well. There is fallout on the pan, but that's not a deal breaker for me. And this is a beautiful shade. I do own the Mini Nudes from Artist Couture. I purchased that during the Sephora VIB sale, but I have not had a chance to play with it yet. So this is technically my very first Artist Couture review. Okay, I am going to bring this on the lower lash line, but only about halfway in. Okay, that's what we got so far. And I think I'm going to jump in to, what is this? Overexposed right there. This is an e.l.f. brush. It's like a fluffy flat brush. And I'm going to put this shade right on the lid. And just the tiniest of bit right under here. Not too much. That's what that looks like. Now, what shade? All right, I'm gonna dip into this shimmer shade right here, which is called Risque. I'm gonna try with a brush and see how that goes. This is just like a fluffy, small, round, flat brush. We'll see if it works with this. It's going right in the inner corner. I might have to wet my brush because it looks like it's a chunky type of glitter. All right, guys, and here is eye look number 1 done. I did use the Urban Decay. This is in Love Drug to tightline and for the waterline. And I did use some Ardell Wispy lashes. I felt like this eye look needed some soft lashes. And for that inner corner shade, I did spray my brush with the MAC Fix Plus, and I felt like that helped the shade out a ton. But yeah, here is eye look number 1. For my brow bone, I did use the highlighter that I am going to go into. I just haven't put it on yet. Let's go ahead and start with eye look number 2. All right, so let's go ahead and start with eye look number 2, and I'm going to jump in to this shade right here, which is Provocative, and this is a Sigma E40. This is not going to be a halo eye. I'm going to start off over here on the outer corner. And I did forget to mention that I used the NARS Eye Pigment Primer, or the eye primer from NARS, that one. And I'm going to wing this shade out. Want to bring it on the lower lash line, all the way in. I'm really going to build this shade up. Okay, that is what that shade looks like. Now I am going to jump into a shimmer shade. Hopefully this works. Seductress right here. And it looks like it might be a shimmer satin type of shade with a little bit of sparkle. So hopefully I can pick it up with this brush. I'm using the Refer 01. I'm going to sweep that right next to that shade, and it looks like it's working, which is good. It's a beautiful color. Definitely looks like a more subtle type of shimmer shade. Oh, sometimes I wish you could see what I see with my eyes. That is a beautiful shade. It's a very subtle shade, but it's a beautiful shade. It might be different once I use it with my fingers, but with a brush, it worked decently. Okay, now we're jumping in to this pretty pink right here. That is Obscene, and hopefully the texture of this is similar to that other shade. It might not work as well because this is not a this is like a synthetic brush. This is an e.l.f. like a fluffy flat brush. And I'm going to put that right next to that shade. Okay, that's working decently. And I am going to add a tiny bit of this shade on the lower lash line. I just put some like on the tip of it. I'm going to sweep it down here. Like that. Okay, and now with my index finger, going to jump in to strip down right here. Might be a tiny bit dark, but we'll see. Hopefully it works out. Soft but dry at the same time. I hope that makes sense. And I'm literally adding it just to the tip and I'm sweeping. Okay, now with a fluffy brush, this is the reference number 27. I'm going to pick up Lust, that shade right there. I'm going to sweep this all over on the edges very lightly, just to kind of get everything blended and make it look just a tiny bit like I have a transition shade. Also on the lower. Oh, I did put a little bit of that inner corner shade right here. Just a tiny bit, not too much. Guys, this is such a beautiful soft eye look. I wish you could see what I see with my eyes. I don't think the camera is really truly showing you what I see. Okay, now with that like fluffy round flat brush, I'm going to pick up that same inner corner shade that I used on this eye, Risque, right here. I am going to spray it first. Just gonna swirl my brush in there. There's her hair, cat hair. Oh, there it is. And it's gonna go right in here. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. All right, guys, and here is eye look number 2. I did go into the Wayne Goss kohl liner in Copper Flame. I feel like it pairs so well with these kinds of tones, and I didn't want to use the same one as I did with this eye look, so I chose that. And I did go into some Kiss lashes. Muse is the style. I think it is a beautiful, beautiful pinky purple eye look, which I don't do too often. It's definitely soft, and it's mainly because I used brushes for the shimmers. For the third eye look, I definitely want to use my finger for the shimmers and see how that goes. See if I can get them to be more poppy. But I do feel like the one that I've used in the inner corner with the MAC Fix Plus, it worked beautifully. So I'm not mad at it. I do enjoy this eye look. I think it's beautiful. I didn't have any issues. I'm not having patchiness issues. I don't feel like I am. So we'll see in eye look number 3. I have used 9 shades out of the 12. I haven't used this one, and this one. Everything else I have used. So I have almost used every single shade in the palette. And for me personally, I have had no issues at all. All right, I did highlight my brow bone with the highlighter I'm wearing, which is one of the MAC Mineral highlighters. This is in Soft and Gentle. I love that highlight. It's blinding, but like it also blends into my skin. Okay, let me scoot you on out because we do need a lip with both of these eye looks, and we do have a lip oil to try out before we move on to look number 3. All right, guys, so like I said, this Artist Couture Silky Lip Oil retails for $20. It is currently sold out. Sorry. But here is the packaging. Very simple. I enjoy it, and it looks like it has a large doe foot. It does. Oh my gosh. My child put that sticker on me. Let's leave it on. There it is. I'm pretty sure there is no pigment to this. Yeah, none whatsoever. And I do have on the Victoria Beckham lip liner in 01. For some reason, I thought I had shade 02, but no, this whole time I've had shade 01. So let's go ahead. It reminds me of the Merit lip oil. So it's definitely nice. Ooh, it absorbs right into your lips. That's nice. It feels good. It feels good. It feels like a decent lip oil. Okay, there it is. If If you're looking for lip oil, I do feel like you'll like it. It's definitely not sticky. Definitely feels like a lip oil, and it is absorbing into my lips fairly fast, I feel like. All right, I like that. I like that for a small shine. Okay, so here is eye look number 1. And eye look number 2. All right, let's go ahead and move on to eye look number 3. Okay, let's go ahead and start eye look number 3. And I'm going to try my best to use the 3 shades that I have not used yet. So let's start with Royale, which I feel is the true mauve shade in the palette. Refer 01. And I think I'll do a halo eye for this eye look. It's such a pretty shade, honestly. And right here. I am going to bring it on the lower lash line all the way in. Okay, and now with this Morphe M506, I'm going to jump into Prestige, which looks like a dark purple plum. I'm going to darken up this inner corner and outer corner. I am going to bring it on the lower lash line, but only about halfway in. Okay, and now we're going to jump in to Lust, this shade right here. This is a refer number 15, and I'm picking up just a tiny bit, and I'm going to the edges, just kind of make them look airbrushed. Everything blended together, you know? And right under here. Right on the edges. Okay, and now what I think I'm going to do is jump into this one first, and I might put this one on top. Obscene is this one, and Sex Appeal is this one. The only thing, why do people insist on using sex words when it comes to makeup? Like, when was makeup and sex just kind of... Okay, so this one feels soft, and I feel like it might be a duochrome, like it has a shift of like peach in it there. It's pretty though. So I'm going to put this all over the lid. Okay, and now I'm going to jump into Sex Appeal, which also looks like it might be a duochrome. It's going to go, I think I'm going to add it mostly in the middle. Okay, I did go in to Risque, that shade right here, for the inner corner, and I did use that round little flat brush. I did spray it. Definitely feels like one of those shades that if used without a glitter glue or a wet brush, you're probably going to get a good amount of fallout, so just beware. Mascara, all that good stuff, and we'll be done with this third and final eye look. Okay, here is the third and final eye look. It's very purple, very pink. It's very beautiful. I did go in to these House of Lashes. It's part of the classic collection. Siren, I think, is the style. I used one, cut it in half, and used it for the outer corners. And for the eyeliner, I used the Urban Decay Love Drag to tightline, and for the waterline. For the lips, I went into this Cap Cosmetics lip liner in Peach Cobbler. Topped it off with the Artist Couture Lip Oil. I'm really enjoying. It has like a very fruity scent. It almost reminds me of kind of like a Jolly Rancher fruit punch, I think. For the cheeks, I went into the Huda Beauty Glowish. This is in Caring Coral. And the Dennis Myricks Lip and Cheeks Dewy Palette, I went into this shade right on top. For the highlight, I went into my MAC Cosmetics Soft and Gentle for the brow bone and to highlight the rest of my face. Okay, so let's go on out and keep this review going. Okay, let me talk about the palette real quick while I show you some swatches. So like I mentioned earlier, this is my second Artist Couture palette purchase, but this is the first one that I get to actually test out. I still need to try out the other one in my Sephora VIB sale haul video where I test out the rest of the products that I did purchase. But I feel like the mattes in this palette performed beautifully. I did watch, I think it's been 2 or 3, I can't remember, but it's because it's people that I watch, it's YouTubers that I love watching, and they got their palette a lot sooner than I did. And on one of them, I did hear them mention that they were having patchiness issues with the mattes. I personally did not. I did not have any issues at all. Everything performed beautifully. I would say that this one and this one are the two in the palette that have the most sparkle out of all of them. Will probably perform better if you use them wet or with their glitter glue. And from what I used, I believe this one and this one are the two duochromes in the palette. They're not super shifty, but you can definitely kind of see it. I enjoy the colors in this palette. They're definitely on par and go with the trend that's, you know, happening right now with all the other releases. I did forget to bring my other palettes to compare. But I do have to say that price is probably going to be one of the major determinations whether you are going to get this palette or not. It does retail for $45. You do get 12 shades. The Patrick Ta has what, 12 shades too, right? But that one retails for $68 once you pay taxes and everything. Like if you didn't get to pick it up during the sale, you're gonna pay the full price and it's gonna be over $70. So honestly, it just depends on what you're looking for, what your budget is, but you will not be disappointed. I don't feel like you will. I did 3 eye looks and I feel like every shade I used performed beautifully. So for me personally, and what I experienced, I do feel like this palette performed beautifully. So I am not disappointed. If you are a Mac Daddy fan and you want to support, great. I don't feel like you will be disappointed. The only thing is just the shimmers are definitely not going to be as impressive as like the Patrick Ta or the Pat McGrath. Okay, now as far as the Artist Couture lip oil, it's like a standard lip oil. It's definitely not as glossy, and by glossy I mean texture wise, as the Jaclyn Cosmetics that I showed. This one to me is more of a lip gloss than a lip oil, honestly. This one reminds me a lot of the Merit Beauty. So if you enjoy the Merit Beauty, I think you will enjoy this one for sure. It's beautiful. It sinks into my lips. It hydrates them. I have it on right now and it is so comfortable, honestly, so comfortable, and it smells as good as it looks, so you won't be disappointed in that. It does have a big doe foot, so if you like that as well. It is a good lip oil. If you are in the market for one, you won't be disappointed, but they are out of stock at Sephora currently, so maybe once they come back in stock, if you were thinking about purchasing it, I don't think you will be disappointed. All right, guys, well, that is it. That concludes this video of the new Artist Couture Supreme Mauves palette review. I did 3 eye looks for you. I hope you enjoyed them all. Do not forget to let me know which one is your favorite. I think this third one is my favorite, but I will need to play with it a tiny bit more so I can create a lot more beautiful eye looks for you guys. Okay, with that being said, I would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. All right, guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye.